You ready, Chinglish?
Yes, Twinkie, I'm ready. You don't forget when we finish job, I carve some meat off your ass, stupid whore.
By today's standards, seems like those are no longer acceptable in mainstream Western media, due to context. Or better yet, the lack of context. Fortunately, Black Lagoon was dubbed during a time before the narcissists of Twitter decided to cancel anything with a hint of humor. And like a true seinen anime, Black Lagoon's dub refuses to apologize for anything, while being vulgar, realistic, and hilarious.
Are you the getaway driver?
No, I'm a fucking lawyer. What do you think?
So, if you're a humorless drone, or part of the Twitter outrage mob, I definitely recommend to stay away from Black Lagoon. Or watch it, because let's be honest, you people get off on outrage. However, those tired of safe shows grandstanding on contrived diversity and empowerment will find the nihilistic story of Black Lagoon refreshing, while being a show that handles empowerment and diversity in a fashion that is much more palatable than its Western counterparts. Or, as LoewFii puts it,
Don't be stupid. This is way more entertaining than Hollywood's ever gonna be.
Black Lagoon is set in the fictional city of Roanapur, a center of debauchery and crime that attracts various factions such as the Hong Kong Triad, Colombian Cartel, Russian Mafia, and independent mercenary groups from around the world. Of these mercenary groups is Lagoon Company, a small shipping company that takes on various jobs, from transporting illegal products all the way to smuggling and pirating. Naturally, this leads Lagoon Company to collaborate and butt heads with the eccentric degenerate inhabitants of Roanapur. If you only take Black Lagoon at face value, you get an enjoyable experience that floods you with high-octane action. From city-wrecking car chases to one-on-one duels and bullet hell acrobatics, the show presents a consistent flow of adrenaline that would satisfy anyone who enjoys the action genre. However, Black Lagoon is also a seinen, and goes beyond the genre of action to present a show that is grounded in reality as it reflects the dark depths of human morality. A lot of the stories presented in Black Lagoon are inspired from real-world events that adds a level of shocking reality not typically seen in an anime. For example, Hansel and Gretel are abandoned Romanian twins that grew up in a state-run orphanage after the death of Romanian dictator Nicolae Ceausescu. Without getting into spoilers, just know that the twins are extremely twisted. However, the viewer eventually comprehends and understands the purpose of their sadistic actions, as the show does an impressive job in simultaneously disturbing the audience while guiding them to empathize with these characters. In fact, each character is a surviving remnant of a real-world conflict, and Black Lagoon's ability to have us empathize with these characters makes this show not only an action-filled thriller, but a show that takes a thought-provoking dive into the morality of dead souls. However, it's not all doom and gloom, because a large aspect of Black Lagoon's enjoyment centers around the character banter featured in the anime dub. The English dub doesn't shy away from profanity, and the constant roasting of characters reimagines the dialogue to sound authentic for a Western audience.
Hey, you old bitch! It's Rebecca from the Lagoon Company! Open this fucking door, you old skank! Hello!
Also, the humor hits for mature audiences, ranging from Dutch roasting LoewFii's rampage by calling it Whitman fever in reference to school shooter Charles Whitman, all the way to a silly drugged-up Irish dude that says this:
What? My application for the Black Panthers was denied again?
Of course, none of this playful banter would work if we didn't have a genuine investment in the characters, and Black Lagoon is a show that is best represented with its phenomenal cast of characters. Generally speaking, people don't watch anime for representation or empowerment. No one said Cowboy Bebop's Netflix adaptation was good because it had diversity, and few said the adaptations of Death Note and Ghost in the Shell were bad because of whitewashing. They all sucked ass, that's why people didn't like them. With that being said, you probably won't find a more diverse cast of characters than Black Lagoon, but their main selling point is being grounded in reality, with each main character displaying a unique morality that responds differently to the influence of Roanapur. Also, Black Lagoon does female empowerment better than any show you'll ever watch. How so? Well, they write them like humans, and not Mary Sue's. Anyway, I'm gonna step off my soapbox and talk about the characters of the show. First, we have Rock, who's a naive Japanese white-collar office worker that gets kidnapped by Lagoon Company. After having multiple panic attacks, circumstances lead Rock to joining Lagoon Company, and thus begins his life in the criminal underworld of Roanapur. Immediately, you can tell Rock is out of his element, as he holds on to a sheltered sense of justice and honor that gets challenged throughout the show. Rock believes that if there is no Robin Hood, you should strive to become Robin Hood. This leads to an interesting question, since Roanapur is a city that attracts dead souls. However, what effect does Roanapur have on a living soul? And throughout the show, we see a push and pull between Rock and Roanapur, as we remain curious whether Rock's morality will endure or be corrupted, since Rock is essentially the most accurate description for most viewers. Next, we have Revy, who is a Chinese-American gunslinger and acts as the muscle for Lagoon Company. Revy is proof that not every character with past trauma has to be dark and brooding. Sometimes people hide their past with abrasive behavior and humor, and Revy takes this to an extreme, with her constant roasting of every character she encounters.
What the fuck were you thinking? Guess what? That's the last favor you're gonna get from me, you fucking pea-brain. One more thing. All the rescue expenses are coming out of your pay. Next time you want to be saved, you better start asking God for favors.
However, Revy is easily the nicest character of the show. Like that friend who cares about you a lot but can't express their emotions, so they tell you to eat a dick instead of saying hi, and flick you off to say goodbye. This makes Revy extremely relatable for those with a chip on their shoulder, as she blows up at everything, dislikes naivety, curses like a pirate, but despite all this, remains extremely empathetic and caring in her own way, as her back and forth between Rock challenges each other's morality throughout the show. Last, we have Balalaika, who's easily the most terrifying character of the show. As the boss of Hotel Moscow, Balalaika desires something far more terrifying than power, as she strives to give purpose to the lives of her comrades after the Soviet Union's occupation of Afghanistan ended. With this in mind, Balalaika gives her comrades a war as she spreads Hotel Moscow's influence from Roanapur all the way to Tokyo. Unlike other organized crime groups, Hotel Moscow is extremely disciplined, as they're basically an organized military force playing mafia. As dead souls that missed their opportunity to die during their time in Afghanistan, Balalaika and Hotel Moscow find Roanapur to be a perfect fit, as it's a city where the dead go to live. Speaking of the dead, let's talk about the other inhabitants of Roanapur. First we have Dutch, who is the leader of Lagoon Company. Dutch, being extremely composed and pragmatic, makes him an excellent judge of character when interacting with his subordinates, and he even jokes about his role in HR.
So you won her over with a gun and saved Rock's ass. You got a lot of tricks up your sleeve.
Guess so. As an employer, I worry about human relations, all part of the job.
Then we have Shenhua, who will probably be known as Chinglish because that's what Revy likes to call her. As a deadly Taiwanese mercenary, Shenhua's line of work leads her to collaborate and conflict with Revy. But make no mistake, these two are easily the greatest comedic duo of the show, as they constantly throw insults at each other like Twinkie, Chinglish, whore, and of course, bitch. Actually, all of the characters ranging from Ida from the Rip-Off Church, all the way to Dutch and Benny from Lagoon Company form a comedic duo whenever Revy is involved.
Listen up, you fucking leprechaun.
Fucking bollocks!
Hey, Jumbo, the game's up. Boy, did we make a mess. Let's go, little Miss Chinglish.
Oh, you like for me to split your ass in four? It is not nice to make fun. You one rotten bitch.
Black Lagoon is a nihilistic story that presents different vantage points of human morality through its relatable cast of characters. On its surface, the show presents itself as a high-octane action thriller, and for many, that'd be more than enough to constitute as a satisfying experience. However, what Black Lagoon does different is make you empathize with all sorts of characters that might be deemed evil to the uninitiated eye. Also, it's one of the few anime that does fan service right. Here's a maid, for those into that, a hot nun if maids aren't your thing, and of course, thick thighs save lives. Instead of the typical fuck, marry, kill fanservice meta in other anime, Black Lagoon's cast of females transforms the meta into run, appease, and kill. Yourself, if you ever piss off these ladies.
What's the problem? Let me guess. It feels so good you can't pull the trigger.
Men know much about stabbing, but no get stabbed much themselves. I do for them.
If you're going to watch Black Lagoon, just note that the show starts off a little slow, which sounds strange since the first few episodes are filled with action, but the characters really grow on you after about 5-ish episodes. Of course, make sure you are watching the dub of this anime, because the execution of profanity and dialects adds so much comedic effect to the show.
What a crazy bitch!
Motherfucker.
Are you the getaway driver?
No, I'm a fucking lawyer. What do you think?
To those subtitle purists who intend to watch a sub no matter what, I present you a clip of the sub version.
Give me what?
I cannot speak.
You gonna give me something, right? Well, come on. What the fuck are you trying to say?
Now, here's that same version in the dub.
Give me what?
Please, no, I want to give you,
You said you were gonna give me something, right? Well, spit it out. I'm right here. What the fuck are you gonna give me?
Hopefully I made my point. There's a reason why Black Lagoon is considered one of the greatest anime dubs of all time, and those that give Black Lagoon a chance will find themselves laughing their ass off, while contemplating human morality through the lens of crime and conflict.